Welcome back. Public Protector Advocate Kholeka Gcaleka says Chapter 9 institutions and law enforcement agencies need to improve on skills and capabilities to investigate fraud and corruption. Gcaleka was a guest speaker at the Special Investigating Unit's Fraud Awareness Day in Tshwane on Thursday. Newzroom Afrika's Scara Mafokoane brings us this report.
The nature of fraud is evolving rapidly, which means law enforcement needs to pull up their socks, according to Public Protector Kholeka Gcaleka. Gcaleka added that too often their investigations into fraudulent appointments in the public sector, which led to corruption, revealed that public officials are at the heart of the problem.
Do we continue when investigating irregular appointments to say it's just irregular appointments? It's actually fraud. When you analyze how these appointments take place, it is fraudulent. And I think we need to call it out for what it is. And I'll later illustrate to you how these culminate into actual corruption of resources through procurement. Now, the collusion between the public and private sectors, and that's where the biggest corruption is. Without the private sector, the public sector won't be able to do it. Increasingly, fraud and corruption involve partnerships between corrupt officials and complicit businesses and corrupt businesses. The business sector accounted for 12% of corruption reports in 2024, highlighting the private sector complexity in undermining governance.
On Thursday, the Special Investigating Unit commemorated International Fraud Awareness Day with a nationwide event focused on ethical governance and accountability.
You may have heard now.
SIU head Andy Mutibi used the opportunity to warn those implicated in the Tembisa hospital scandal that his unit is coming for them.
Are we still expecting to see more in our investigation in Tembisa? Yes, indeed, we are expecting, and the team is in the room, the leader of the team, Mr. Reddy, is in the room. We're expecting to see more results. We're expecting to see more asset freezes, asset recoveries, but of course there's a huge call on prosecution, and we're working closely with the NPA to make sure that they return the prosecution. But colleagues, I'm saying this because raising awareness is a very important part of the prevention, the drive towards prevention.
Ahead of the G20 gathering this weekend, Mutibi says the United States participated in their ministerial meeting on fraud and corruption before withdrawing their participation from the world leaders meeting at the weekend.
What was supposed to be a ministerial declaration, because the USA was there, but they ended up saying, no, they're not joining the consensus. So in the practice of G20, if there's any one country that does not join the consensus, then the declaration becomes either the chair statement and so on, right? So we ended up with a chair statement, but a very strong one, supported by all the countries. As you may have heard now, that with this build-up to the Leaders Summit, USA almost wants to do a repeat of what they did in various working groups.
Although the SIU participates annually in this global campaign to reduce fraud through education and awareness, officials say more is required to identify fraud indicators and to implement controls to prevent and combat corruption. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Scara Mafokoane in Tshwane.